Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kate and I have two boys. Grayson is 6 and Foster is 4 months old. So I make a ton of mommy videos here on my channel. If you're interested in that, make sure you hit subscribe. But today is another casual look. It seems like I never get ready anymore because I don't. And we've been super sick here. That's why I've been lacking on my videos, but we are feeling a little bit better, but not enough to get dressed apparently. But I'm going to be showing you guys our 0 to 3 month must-haves. Foster turned 4 months yesterday, and I thought it's about time to give you an updated must-haves video. I did a newborn must-haves video when Foster was just a few weeks old, shared with you guys everything we were using the first few weeks of his life that was really saving us at the newborn stage. So I thought I would go back over all the things I mentioned in that video, tell you what we're still using at 4 months from that list, and tell you what kind of faded out for us or what we ended up not liking that much. So, and then I thought I would just jump into some things that we're using from 2, 3, and now 4 months, and things that we're loving currently. So I will link the newborn must-haves video down below. I mentioned a ton of stuff in that video. But like I said, I'm going to go over it all right now, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. So the first few things I mentioned in that newborn video was swaddles, and I mentioned the Aiden and I muslin swaddles, and I'm using some copper pearl swaddles, which are just cotton stretchy swaddles. And if I could go back, I would definitely not buy the muslin swaddles, mainly just because I loved the copper pearl swaddles so much more. Just the cotton, like stretchy material. Doesn't have to be a copper pearl one, that's just the brand I like, and I found that was super cute and affordable. But those swaddles I use 100 times more. I don't even really swaddle him in the Aiden and I swaddles. I kind of stopped doing that like week 2. It just became hard to swaddle him in those compared to the stretchy ones. He could get so much tighter, like I could swaddle him so much better in those. And it just felt like he was more comfortable in those. He really fast became too long for the Aiden and I ones. Like I couldn't get them to where his feet wouldn't eventually poke out. He could break out of those really fast, and he still can't break out of the copper pearl ones. He doesn't really swaddle too much now. He is sick right now, and I've been swaddling him because he just can't sleep well, and that's really the best way he can sleep at the moment. But I don't swaddle him too much anymore at 4 months, but I would definitely suggest to anyone who is looking for swaddles to invest more in the stretchy kind. Also, they're just way bigger and way heavier for like blankets for the stroller or whatever. I do use the Aiden and I blankets for laying down on the carpet if I'm going to change him on that, or just let him play on that, or if I just cover him up in the car seat, you know, and I need a lighter blanket. I wipe up, spit up on them all the time, so I always have like 3 in my bag. But I would just suggest investing in more of the copper pearl type swaddles. I know like Solly Baby makes some. I know a lot of companies make that kind of stretchy swaddle, but I just think that those work better in my opinion. So yeah. Maybe if I had a summer baby, I would prefer the muslin ones because they are so much lighter, but I had a winter baby, so maybe that's why I'm biased. Another swaddle I mentioned was the Zip Me Up Love to Dream swaddle, and I said that Foster started sleeping in that just a few weeks old, and that was the only thing he could really sleep in at night, and that stayed true until he turned about 3 months old on the dot. He stopped sleeping in those because he outgrew it, so I ordered another size. I ordered a medium. And I ordered the 50/50, and it's their stage 2 swaddle. You can eventually unzip the arms of it, and they can have 1 arm out or 2 arms out to transition out of the swaddle. But for some reason, he did not ever take to that swaddle. I never even unzipped it. I think it was just a bigger and not as tight on him, but he had outgrown the other one, so he was at a weird stage, and he just did not like them. So I put that up. And I just don't think that one works for him after 3 months. We are still using burp rags constantly every day. I would definitely invest in 1,000,000 of those. We just used cloth pre-folds, like cloth diaper pre-folds. And we have a few others, but those work fine, and they are super cheap. If you're about to have a baby, I'm still using those at 4 months 100%. So he's still spitting up all the time, or whenever he eats, it just kind of spits out of his mouth when he's done. So I would definitely suggest getting a ton of those. We are still using them, and I think we probably will for like the first year. I also mentioned 2 boppy pillows. I mentioned the boppy lounger and then the original boppy, and we really stopped using those about a month ago when he turned about 3 months. Sometimes I still put him in the lounger just randomly, but he's getting to the point where he really wants to be sitting up more or laying completely flat. Like, he doesn't like to be at an angle. It makes him just want to sit up. So we've really stopped using that, to be quite honest, but it was a must-have until 3 months old. Definitely would repurchase. It was like the thing I put him in the most for some reason. But as far as the original boppy, we stopped using that really early on. I don't think I really got as much use out of it as I thought I would, but I did end up using it a little bit to do a little bit of tummy time on, because he really doesn't like to be flat, so I just propped him up on that a little bit. Sometimes I still do that. I think that we might use it a little bit whenever he's sitting up more, and we can like put that around him, make sure he doesn't flop over. But as of right now, we really haven't used it in a while. So I don't know, it just kind of depends. I think if I breastfed, I might have used it more, or I don't really know. But as far as between the 2 boppies, I would suggest the lounger if you're trying to choose. No, they're not really the same thing, but we use the lounger all the time. The original was kind of like a little bit hit and miss for us. So that's where we are with the boppies. So I mentioned the Graco Swing and my newborn must-haves, and we are still using that at 4 months. He especially loves the detachable vibrating seat. I'm always putting him in that to go around the house, like if I'm getting a shower or if I am doing the dishes, I need to sit him somewhere. He loves that seat. It vibrates. There's little toys hanging above it. I mentioned it all in my newborn must-haves, but he still loves that seat. And just now, recently, I've had to start buckling him in. I've always kind of buckled him in, but he's never really needed it. But now he is like trying to lift up out of it, so it's kind of making me nervous, but he's still loving it. And as far as the swing goes, he still loves that swing as well, but we do have to be in here like entertaining him. He doesn't want to just sit in the swing and look at nothing. Like, we have to be in here moving around, or Grayson has to be playing in here, or the TV has to be on, or something has to be going on for him just to sit in the swing. He's not just going to sit there and look into space anymore. So he's definitely getting to the age where he needs to be entertained and doesn't just want, the swing just doesn't entertain him by itself anymore, but he still does love sitting in it. So that's where we are with the whole swing situation. Definitely a must-have, because I mean, we're still using it at 4 months, and I mean, I feel like in the next few months we'll definitely outgrow it. But yeah, I would suggest getting a swing. I think you definitely need it. Also, I mentioned the rock and play, and he is still using that sometimes. He napped in that for a really long time, every single nap. And now just recently, I'm not sleep training him, but I am trying to move him into his pack and play. So I'm trying to do consistency, just try to get him in his pack and play for all naps and overnight. I don't really know what I'm doing as far as him sleeping, but I'm trying to get him out of the rock and play for naps just so that it's more consistent. But recently he has been sick, so I have been letting him sleep in the rock and play for naps, and it just helps him sleep better. And he loves that thing. I mean, that is like his favorite thing he's ever had, honestly. It is a lifesaver. Honestly, if you are going to have a baby, this is like the #1 thing I would suggest you buy, is a rock and play. The auto rock and play. Don't get the one that doesn't rock. In my opinion, you need the auto rock and play, but it is such a cheap price, and every baby I know is obsessed with it, especially my baby. He cannot get over it. Like, he's 4 months and still that he can go straight to sleep in it. So I would definitely suggest buying a rock and play. It's still one of our favorites. Also, I mentioned the bassinet. That is what he currently sleeps overnight in. I am trying to get him into his pack and play recently, just because it is bigger. He is now at 4 months, like hitting the sides of his halo bassinet, and I think it wakes him up sometimes. So he is just getting physically too big for it, but up until 4 months, must have for us. I loved it. If you were looking for a bassinet or a sleeper for your room, that one worked great for us, and he loved it for 4 months. Also, if you can see or hear, I don't know if you can even see it, trash truck's here, so thank you. Another thing I mentioned in my newborn must-haves video is the outlet monitor. I still use that every single night with him, and it's still working really great. He's moved up to a stage 2 sock. It's the second sock. So he's still loving it. I've had no false alarms or anything like that. I would say 10 out of 10. Must have. I love it. If you're an anxious mom like me, then you definitely need this. And I plan to use it as long as he fits in it. So we still love the outlet. So I'm now just going to move into a few things that we're using currently at 4 months, or things that we have been using since the newborn video. There is a lot that has changed. Obviously, he's growing a ton. There's a huge difference between a month and 4 months. So there's so many things that we're using now, so I'm just gonna jump straight into that part. The first must-have, whenever he turned about 3 months, he started drooling constantly. He is constantly spitting, drooling, bubbles. I don't even know. I don't think he's teething yet, to be honest. He's just drooling a ton, and it is so gross. I have to change his outfit 30 times a day. But bibs are a must-have. This is a copper pearl bib. Y'all think I'm probably crazy and obsessed, super fan of copper pearl, but I am, because I just think all of their stuff is such good quality and so cute. So these are our favorite bibs at the moment, but we use a ton of other ones. The only preference I have with bibs is that they have snaps in the back instead of the Velcro, because it agitates his neck, and like, I don't know, I just don't like Velcro bibs. But anything with snaps, these are our current favorites, but we have a ton of bibs, and he has to have a bib on if he is awake or else. Another must-have is a pacifier clip. This one I think is Madeline's box. I got it off Amazon. She has a cute little Instagram page too, with a ton of different types of pacifier clips. I have a ton of other pacifier clips we have, but you just need a pacifier clip if your child takes a passy, just because at this point he spits it out constantly, and I'm constantly have to sterilize them, and it's way too hard. So he has to have one of these on with his bib at all times if he is awake, especially if we're leaving the house. So I have a million of these and a million of them with me at all times. Another must-have is this Tula carrier. This is the room to grow or ready to grow, or I don't know what exact one this is, but you can front and back carry. It is so cute. They have the cutest patterns. I would just suggest any carrier, to be honest. A wrap, a carrier like this, a sling, whatever your choosing is. I do have a baby katan. That never really worked for me, but I know for a lot of people that have babies that I know, they love the baby katan, so I think it's probably a really good carrier. I just don't think I knew what I was doing. I also had a Solly at one point, but I ordered it so late, like when he was like 3 months, and I loved it and I put it on, but I just felt like he was gonna outgrow it really soon. Not technically, but I just felt like he's such a busybody. It made him really, really close to me, and he just likes to look around and move around so much. I just felt like we wouldn't use it too much for too long, so I just sent it back. But I really wish I would have had the Solly since he was like a newborn. I think I would have used it like every day. So I think Solly, or just wraps like that, are really, really awesome for just around the house. But the Tula, I got this instead just because I felt like this would last a really, really long time. Andy can back carry him eventually when he's older. I carry him around in this constantly, especially if we're going outside or I'm doing chores and it does not want to be put down. He loves this thing, and it is super sturdy, super cute. I would just suggest a carrier because a lot of times he wants to be held, and you guys know there is not too much time in the day where you can just kind of hold the baby. You have a lot to do if you're a mom. So you need a carrier so that you can be close to your baby and still get stuff done. So I thought I would just take you around and show you some other must-haves that we're using. This is like Foster's little corner. It's his playroom, we say. It's in our living room, but we never go in his room. So we just kind of keep all of the stuff he's using out right here. So this is a current favorite of ours. It is the Fisher-Price Sit Me Up chair. We have this little owl one, and I love this one because it comes with this little tray. You can remove the entire tray with like these little buttons over here. Or you can remove the little toys off of it, and once he gets older, he can have a little snack right there. Or just keep the toys on. He loves these toys. There's like a little mirror, little rattles. Also right here, there's like the little crinkle paper and a squeaker thing, and I don't know, he loves this. We started using it at exactly 3 months, and I think it's just helped with his head strength, just sitting up more, and he loves this thing. I mean, I would say this is one of our favorite things we've ever bought. And I don't know, I hope he can use it for a while because he loves it. Okay, this is his little toy box as of currently. I'll show you some things he loves. He loves this little mirror, and it actually stands, let's see. Yeah, it actually stands like it Velcros. You can open it up. But he loves to like look at himself while he's doing tummy time and everything. So I would definitely suggest this. I just got it off Amazon. Some other must-haves. He loves this little skip hop rattle. We got this for him. It's this little hedgehog rattle. He likes to start gripping onto this, and it's super easy for him to hold. This is his favorite toy. It's from Baby Einstein, and it just makes noises and lights, and he loves holding onto this and listening to the music. There's some other stuff in here. Like, he likes this little crinkle book we got him. There's some like keys he holds onto. So those are some toys that he is loving right now. So this is his little play mat. It's from Skip Hop, and he loves this. All of the toys on it are so cute and fun. This little lamb plays some music. This has a squeaker in it. There's just so much to do on this. He loves these little toys hanging. There's also this little pillow that he can do tummy time on, or just like lay his head on. I love how plush and soft that is, so he can lay on it all the time. And we use this every single day just for him to play on, tummy time, everything. So this is definitely a must-have. Any mat like this, you definitely need. So I know in my newborn must-haves video, I mentioned the Skip Hop Whale infant bathtub, and that's what we used for like the first month or so. But now we moved into this. It's Angel Care brand, and we got it for like under $20 at Target, I'm pretty sure. But at first I didn't think I was gonna like it. I thought it wasn't very comfortable, but he loves this bathtub. It's a must-have. We just put it in the bathtub, let the water come up, and he can have his feet hang over and splash the water. He loves that. And it's so easy to dry. You don't have to worry about it getting nasty or not drying well, obviously, because there's holes everywhere. And there's this little hook on the back that you can hang it and dry. This is a must-have. He loves it. It's just so much better than him laying in that whale thing. I mean, that was necessary when he was a really newborn, but as soon as he got to be aware of anything, he wanted to be propped up like this so he could kind of look around, and now he loves bath time. So this is still what we're using it for months, and I think he'll last in it for another month or two. So I think it's definitely worth our money. But that is pretty much it for my must-haves video. That is all that we're currently using at 4 months. That is must-haves. I hope you guys found this helpful and found some ideas for you and your baby. And if you have any more suggestions of products that you're loving right now, definitely leave them down below so we can try them out. I'm always open to new fun things. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely plan to do more of these must-haves the first year of his life, so make sure you give it a thumbs up if you like it. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.